Hello again. I'm out here getting ready to work on this project right here. Some have asked me where do I come up with my ideas. They that's a difficult question to really answer. They just pop into your head typically, or at least mine. Um, as you can see on the post-it note there on the left, I was just doodling one day. I had seen an image on Pinterest maybe, looking for different ideas from Pinterest. And somebody had done a half moon shape like this. And then I thought, well, why not put a face on it? And I'm sure this isn't original. I'm sure somebody else has done this. So I just sketched out what I thought the face should look like. And then I took a chunk of walnut I had. It's just scrap. I have so much scrap wood, it's not funny. So I thought, why not? Let's give this a try. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut this guy out, this basic shape. I'll probably just use my bandsaw just because it's quicker. And then we'll get started on the actual carving portion. Got them all cut out of the bandsaw. Uh, so there's our basic shape. Now I want to go in and start carving out. This is going to be fairly simple. I just need to carve out all of this stuff here, the eyes, nose, and I need to make sure that it's three-dimensional. I want to see it on both sides here. So let me go ahead and get this camera set up and I'll get carving. So I got this much done. You just saw that there in kind of fast motion. So I'm very happy with this roughing out. The nose got a little bit thinner at the end than I wanted, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful, a little more careful, I should say. These eyebrows, I want to figure out. They almost look like horns from the front, but they do look like eyebrows here. So I'm going to have to shape those a little bit nicer. I want to get I've got the eyes ready. I've got the frown line, smile line, however you want to say it, nostrils, lips, and mouth. So what I want to do next is I want to get one of my double. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this one here. It has the double cut on it. It does a super nice job of making things smooth. So once I get it all smooth, then I can go ahead and take my pencil and draw some detail lines in there that will help me with the finer cutting on here once I start going to a finer bit. All right, let's see what I can do. So we're good and smooth now. So I'm happy with that. So now I can go ahead and put in some of these lines. I need to make a nice little line coming around here for this part of the nose, put in the nostril, Need to get a frown line or smile line, however you want to look at it. And we'll put a couple more right in here to give him that smiley look. The eyes will come off like this. We're going to have a couple of wrinkles right there. The eyeball will go right in here. Same here. And we'll have, make sure I get that right, have a couple of wrinkles that come out here. Again, the nose, the nostril, smile line, with just a few more for good measure. And then we've got to come around here a little bit and define in this area. And then I have to dig up in here a little for the mouth. I want to get some teeth maybe. Not sure yet how I want that to look. I've not done anything without a beard. So we'll see how I do on a mouth with lips and what have you without a beard. All right, so you'll probably have noticed I had to stop filming and finish up the eyes. They were really off center. They weren't quite right, so I went ahead and did that off camera because I was getting quite frustrated, actually. You'll also notice that the forehead is pushed back much further than on before, which does a couple of things. I was able to correct the eyes and get them a little more even, and I got a little bit longer of a nose, so I was much happier with that. And that made it feel a lot more natural to me. And then there'll be a little bit of a bump there. So I'm very happy with the way this turned out. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so I didn't think I'd mentioned it in the previously here, but yeah, I am going to go getting some finer detail in here around the nose. I just wanted to kind of get this area to pop out and make it a little bit more well defined. So you can see him jumping in here and kind of cutting deep, as I always do. I always mention make sure you're cutting deep so you get some nice shadows in there. It makes it pop, and it's going to feel like it's too deep, but it's not. You want to make sure you have that contrast, the shadows and the light, and then I think you'll have a much nicer looking finished product. All right, so I've got things smoothed out. I got the mouth done. I decided to do a bit of an overbite on there to give it that look instead of the open mouth with two sets of lips. The eyebrows, I've gotten a little more detail in there. They still look like horns up at the top, but I'll figure something out for that. Overall, it's pretty smooth, and I'm ready, I think, to put in some more finer details in there and add some more lines by the eyes and excuse me, and by the mouth. And overall, it's pretty smooth. I think I'm ready to go on to the next step. So let's see where we go from here. All right, so I've gone and put new sandpaper on here, and I'm going to go ahead and try to smooth this down as best I can with all of these little different areas and cracks and crevices, but I don't want to lose that look. So I'll go ahead and do this and then hand sand it and be right back. All right, so I put those eyeballs in there. I sanded it with that little flap sander I have, and I think he is very nice and smooth, but I still have some hand sanding to do. I'm going to go ahead and finish up with some different grits of hand sanding here. You don't need to watch all of that. And then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and put a little hole down in the bottom. I have this 3mm stainless steel rod. Bought it, it's a pack of 10 from Amazon. This piece you see there is half of one. I cut it in half. I'm going to take my tiny little drill bit, my hand drill bit, and put a 3mm hole in the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and stick that piece in there and stand it up in the flower pot. Okay, so I'm here with the finished piece. It has the polyacrylic on it. I ended up putting 2 of the pieces in here because these one single one, it was like rotating on itself. It just couldn't, it wouldn't sit still. So I put in this to stabilize it so it stays in the direction you want. You can have these longer or shorter. I just randomly picked that. Basically what that is I cut the one that was in there in half. So that made that easy. Let's see what this thing looks like in a planter. There's our man in the moon, all finished, all ready to go. As both sides have been carved, he can face either direction. So I think he looks really good like this. I hope you guys like and subscribe, share. Now, go out and carve.